What's good, everyone? What is good? Welcome back to the channel with your truly, of course, Machiavelli. Hope you all are having a great day today. And today we're back with another Sims 4 speed build. And today's speed build we're making, oh my gosh, Machiavelli. It's Mac. So, y'all, I've been saying Machiavelli for 4 years. It's gonna take a long time for me to say Mac. What's good, everyone? What is good? Welcome back to the channel with your truly, of course, Mac. Hope you all having a great day today. And today we're back with another episode of the Sims. Today we're back with another Sims 4 speed build. Again, this speed build, I have no clue what we're making. Hopefully it's an interior. If it's a build, enjoy the build. But yeah, this should be going up on Friday. We'll see. I'm trying to do these pre-records so I have videos for you guys. But yeah, I'm trying to get back into the groove with them. And right now, I'm actually having a lot of fun telling the story. So I'm gonna continue with the storyline. So yeah, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, we are actually going. So as you know, this is a new channel for me. Not really a new channel, but I'm fully using this channel now. And so I actually, in my old channel, I had an LP called The Pearsons. I'm pretty much telling you all the drama that went down through that LP. A lot happened, so we have a lot to cover. In the last part, we talked about Zeandre. We talked about how he had a revenge plan to go with Camila. At the time, he was sleeping with other people, which were Reagan and Shelby. Shelby and Camila don't like each other, so that was already off situation. Reagan liked Camila, even though they were kind of just like friends with benefits. But yeah, it was kind of messy, and I actually have something to go on off of. Actually have something to go off of, which I don't know if I told you guys this in the series, but I missed it in the last part, but I remembered it after I was done. So I'll talk about that in a sec. But anyways, that happened. Zarina, we found out that she was in a group with, of course, Camila, Shelby, and herself, and she ended up choosing to be friends with Camila because Shelby and Camila did not get along. This and that happened. Those two became a trio to a duo, and then she ended up getting a job working for this guy, taking care of his daughter. She ended up falling for her boss, lost her V card to him. He ended up dumping her and kind of firing her the next day. And yeah, and that kind of opened up her journey to what's happening next. So yeah, we are officially caught up pretty much. So one thing I got to leave out is that Oscar, if you remember Oscar, part of the trio with Zeandre, Shelby, and Oscar. Not Shelby, Reagan and Oscar. Oscar actually liked Shelby, but of course Shelby liked Zeandre. So Oscar actually. So you guys remember how I told you guys how they got caught? Oscar actually ratted out the whole situation, cause he knew that cop had it out for Zeandre, and Oscar was pissed off that Zeandre was getting Reagan's attention, and so she wanted to get him in trouble, and Oscar ratted him out. Yeah, I don't know if I told you guys this, but that happened. That was actually the storyline. But yeah, to pretty much get him out of the situation, so he go after Shelby, even though Shelby did not want him. That's what happened. So anyways, moving forward, we got off. Last part we got off is where we found out that the video came out. A video came out showing that a confession that Zeandre was only using Camila to get back at her father and a revenge plot, and Camila saw the video and broke up with Zeandre right there and then. Zeandre and went back home. So pretty much what happened to that was Zeandre. I'll talk about Zeandre later. We're gonna go ahead and continue because what we continued with that was we continued with Zarina and Camila. They were like the two best friends. They were the gang, you know. So they went ahead and graduated, of course, and they went to college. So that's when university came out, of course. So they went to university together. Camila became really, really close with Zeandre, even though Raya did not like right from then on, Raya didn't like Camila that much because at that point Zeandre kind of ran away from home. I guess he couldn't deal with the embarrassment that he caused, so he just wanted to leave all behind. And since he was pretty much old enough, anyways, he decided to run away from home without even like graduating from high school. But that happened, so he's gone. They end up going to college. All was good, and again, like I told you guys before, Zarina lived a very sheltered life. Not sheltered, but she lived a very quiet life. She did since her brother was always acting out, she felt like she needed to like tone it down, and she couldn't, really. I said 5 times, but she couldn't be the menace that she kind of wanted to be, that she had like her inner self, because she didn't want to be like put that on her family. But now that she's in college, she went ahead and aged it up. She went out, she partied. She was a partier, she had fun, especially after the heartbreak that happened with her boss. She just didn't care anymore, she lost her V card, she could do a lot. So she went out, she met people, she met guys, she had fun. She was the queen of partying, honestly, to the point where she ended up actually meeting this guy named Cairo. I think it's Cairo. I could be wrong, but I think it's Cairo. I ended up meeting a guy named Cairo, and they ended up woohooing. And I think this was the beginning of the second semester. I said the first semester was a little wild. I said the second semester I wanted her, to start like settling down. But literally the first episode of them going back to the second semester, she ended up getting pregnant with her first child, which was, who was it again? Yo, what was her son's name, y'all? Theo. She ended up getting pregnant with Theo. And so they kind of tried to make it work, but it didn't end up working. Mainly because he wasn't ready to be a dad, and she tried to put that peer pressure on him to be, a father. And so it never worked out that way, the way she wanted it to be. So he ended up dumping her, and she became a single mother. We ended up having to move out of the dorms and move, actually. Yeah, hold up. I feel like I skipped. Yeah, first semester, nothing really happened. They just went out and partied. That's pretty much what happened. Nothing too big happened. Camila did actually start, dating other people. I remember she had that one guy that, I don't remember what his name was, but she had that one guy that took, so long for him to get about. But they actually started, sleeping with each other. It was, it took a lot for Camila to, go about and do stuff, again, with her upbringing, which, again, I'll talk about that later on. You understand why. But, yeah, it took a lot for her to crack her shell, but he ended up actually doing it at the end, and they became really good, if buddies. But anyways, nothing really happened the first semester. It was just a blur of partying and tests and exams. That's pretty much what it was. Second semester now, so pretty much, let me actually go back a bit. So anyways, second semester comes, and before second semester begins, they ended up going over to her house for a summer break, because she doesn't talk with her dad anymore. Again, I'll talk about that a bit later, but she doesn't talk to her dad anymore. And so she decided to spend her summer break with Camila's family, even though it was kind of hostile. Fun fact, what happened, which I never showed you guys because it was really weird. Gianluca and Camila got together. Behind the scenes, I was just doing some stuff. They slept with each other twice. Not once, twice. Y'all, I leave my Sims for 5 minutes. I come back to them having sex, woohooing in the bed. I was like, who's woohooing right now? Why is Ryan so pissed off? I look, it's Camila and Gianluca getting it down. Y'all, when I say I was shook to the core, I was like, what? Gianluca, what are you doing? I could have totally done something with that, but I couldn't. That was just too much. I love me a good curveball, but I would have to rearrange everything. That was a lot. So I did not show it. I kind of cut it out. But again, since then, if you're wondering why the relationship between Zion, Raya and Camila was so bad, it was because of that. She slept with him 2 times, and she caught him both times. It was a mess. So anyways, moving on. That was just a little TMI, not TMI, but just a little thing that I hid from you guys. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So when winter break came, Zeandre actually came back. And so when Zeandre came back, it was kind of weird. Camila did not want to go down that path. She didn't forgive him, so she didn't do that. But Zeandre kind of did. Zeandre still liked her, like that. But then, of course, he knew he had to give her space. So when second semester started, they kind of they kept their distance. If you guys are wondering what's happened with Zeandre, so this is the backstory of Zeandre. I'll give it real quick and sweet. Zeandre left. He left to he ran away because he didn't want to go back and face the aftermath of what happened. So when he left, he went ahead and left Las Vegas. He's a very smart kid, so of course he started stealing again. and then stealing, gave him money. So he started gambling. He started gambling, made actually a good amount of money until he became like gambling addicted, made the wrong move, lost all his money, and owed a guy a lot of money. And so he kind of ran away from that for a few years. While they were in college for the first semester, he was kind of like running away from that responsibility of paying that person back. Anyways, what happened was a guy caught him and said he either like fork up the money or you're gonna have to do my bidding. He didn't want to do his bidding, so he ended up having to call his dad, say, "Yo, dad, I was got a lot of money, like help me out." Chinooka met up with him. They had heart to heart. You know, he came clean, said about the whole situation, said he was wrong, and then literally the same day, Zeandre, like Gianluca, sold his house for his son. Like literally, no questions asked. Sold his house, moved to a smaller house, did what he had to do to provide for his son, and paid off his son's debt. Like honestly, like when I say Gianluca was such a good father, he didn't even care. Like if his family needed him, like no matter what, he would. If it means he had to take the clothes off his back to do what he has to do, he would do what he had to do. I love Gianluca like that, and so pretty much that happened. And pretty much the only set that he had was he had to get like his education back, and he had to go go on the right path because he could not go at any more of the BS. You know, like he's been going through so much ish with Zeandre since he was a child and a teenager. He's like, I'm done with that. You need to grow up. This is my thing. I give you the money to pay off your debt. You have to do this for me. So, anyways, that's pretty much what happened. And that's why he went to school with them. He got his GED, and he went back to school to become whatever. He took a test, and that was the course he took. I wanted him to become a teacher, but he ended up becoming a lawyer. Don't know how, but that's what happened. So yeah, he ended up becoming a lawyer. But back to where we're at right now. So we're back to the beginning of second semester. So now we are with the whole Zarina story. So Zarina kind of met that guy, Cairo, at the end of first semester, carried on to second semester. They kind of started dating, but it wasn't anything serious, and then she ended up getting pregnant, scared him off. He left her because he wasn't ready to be a father, and she actually became a single mother. So she ended up moving out of the dorms. Actually, all three of them did, and they moved into a separate apartment. And by that time, Camila and Zeandre, you know when some people are just like connected to each other, their banter, the way they are, it just meshed, and they were slowly starting to wiggle their way back together. She was slowly starting to forgive him, not forget, but forgive him, and they're starting to get back together. So anyways, that's pretty much it for this part. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching, and of course I'll see you in the next one. We'll continue for the next one. Again, we still have more to go. But anyways, I'm out. This is Peace. Bye. I love y'all. Peace.